Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Gist on the Cloud. With me here we have the usual suspects, Elijah
Merci. Merci beaucoup.
and Big J.
What up, guys?
How you
What up,
guys
fam?
doing?
We're all right. We're good. We're good.
We're good. You're looking fine. Peng.
Thank you.
Tell me the Peng lady.
She
Very
look
hot.
like this.
She's
Peng.
hotter than Nigeria
Please, you guys
currently.
stop.
So I heard that they opened the windows of hell, and the one person that is affecting the most because she's looking so hot is Tommy. So guys, I present you Tommy, the hottest
A few degrees hotter.
person in Nigeria.
Thank you.
How does it
You're
feel to be
welcome.
this hot?
Thank you. Moving on, guys.
No, he has a question. He has.
You are hot. Why are you this hot?
Why are you
Moving
hot?
on.
All right, she
We're
wants to
talking
move on.
about the role of music in activism and how music has played a vital role in uniting people and being a tool for people to air their opinion. More like being a voice of the people.
Yeah.
And we are taking it way back from the days from the 80s, the 70s, all the way back to this present generation. We're looking at how music has been a transformative tool in changing societal
Directive narration.
what we're going through in the society, basically.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask you guys, do you guys think music and activism in this current generation, like in today's world in Nigeria, is still a thing? Like people using their songs to talk about what is going on in the country and their concerns about the government, basically.
I'll say yeah. I'll say yeah. It's still a thing. I'll just say it's a bit reduced now because I think people have started seeing that the more you're willing to put yourself out there, the more, will I say, okay, people are more in tune with the consequences of whatever they say now. Like they say, freedom of speech is allowed, freedom of after speech is a different thing entirely. So, in as much as the people that are making music are supposed to be speaking out on these societal norms, they are more careful now to, instead of just blabbing, you have to come out with facts. You have to say things that, because these records will be available longer than you are. So I feel that's the point that they've gotten to, and with how important the African voice is becoming in today's lifestyle, in the world now, you have black people doing a whole lot better than they used to before. So we are going to be held more accountable to our words, definitely. And as much as that, our songs, so right from time, check out basic ingredients of Afrobeat, you see that talking about societal trends, things that are going on in the society as something that, these people have talked about in the past, Fela and the people that came before him. I don't want to really go way back like that. So yeah, we can see that there's something like that. So yeah, I'll say music and activism go hand in hand. But it's just a little bit more or less pronounced in this day. I mean, in the last 2 or 3 years, there have been less songs about activism that have been sung.
Okay, I would come back to asking you the course, but let's ask Big J for his opinion on that.
Yeah, so music has always been a tool for activism since the days of slave trade, our great ancestors, great grandfathers. Music has always been a tool that, they spoke with. But in this day, in recent time, people seem to not, especially in Nigeria, by the way, people seem to not want to involve themselves with, what is happening with the government so much. They don't want to involve themselves so much. And the truth is, I will not really blame them. Because before Fela and after Fela, nobody had used music as a tool for proper, when I mean proper activism. This was, Fela would talk to you, he would mention, what you're doing as a government official that was, doing wrong. He would say it directly to you. So nobody has even done that level of activism with their music before. I stand to be corrected, but Fela, globally we know that he used his music as a tool for activism. But what happened afterwards?
Exactly.
What happened? He died. Do we have a better country from that time till now? I'm so sorry.
The songs he sang are
It's
still
worse.
relevant now.
Yeah.
The songs he sang are still relevant.
They're relevant. They are relevant here, but the effects or the consequence of being an activist, a musician that is also an activist and uses his music as a tool for activism, the consequences are grave. I was hearing Fela was arrested say about 200 times or more. Imagine your lifetime
down
being
to
arrested
affecting
for
his immediate family members.
So if you don't see people going that route, Fela is a special person. He's a legend. He was probably born or built for what he went through. Not everybody has
the strength to be martyred.
Yeah, you get. So music is a very, very good tool for activism. But these days, everybody they fear their head. Do you understand? There's a popular saying that goes, "There is freedom of speech, but freedom after speech is not guaranteed." So you do not want to say something, and everybody has big dreams, aspirations, and whatnot. And also, come to think of it, the greatest of us, the greatest that has done it the most, Fela Anikulapo Kuti. The only thing that happened to him was arrest and beatings and whatnot. So people are not really encouraged these days, to lend their voice with music as a form of activism. So these days, I think I will agree that it's dying. It's not like people don't talk, but they talk in third person. It's not as direct. It is not like real activism. Like Burna saying, "I fall too easy." Forgotten the title of that song now on his album. He was talking about the suit in Niger Delta and how it's affecting them over there. So that's a form of activism, but he's not about it. But Fela, Bob Marley, am I correct?
Yeah.
And some other greats out there, they were very direct. You know that this person is about activism. Do you understand? But today we don't really have artists like that.
Like fear of the unknown.
Yeah, that is a factor, and it is valid.
I don't know. I feel there's just a lot more at stake these days.
At stake.
Yeah.
Then
No.
Then
do you know that there was military? It was military rule.
I feel like
I
feel like it's even now that artists should even be bold, because now I feel like government are even scared of us. Unlike then, I'm just saying. Yeah. See youths coming out to do say no to end police brutality.
But they attack us.
Then, let me just say what I want to say. Back then, youths were not as bold as the youths of this generation to do something like this. They were not so vocal. See youths of today exchanging words with the governor of Lagos State, singing Fem, giving him sub. And I feel like in the 80s and the 90s, youths were not about that life. So the governments were doing whatever they wanted to do, actually. But now I feel like youths are even more vocal about how they feel, how we feel, and to an extent not scared of the government. To an extent, not totally, to an extent not scared of the government. So I feel like it's even these days, artists, young artists should even do more of singing about what is going on in the country.
That's what I was getting
unlike
to.
back then.
That's what I was getting to now. Now there's a new fear that they are afraid of more than the government. Then they were, I mean, as a musician, then you are not making $10 million a night at a show. You're not clearing out 30,000 stadium capacity then.
True.
So I cannot be clearing out the 30k capacity, worried about making all of that, and then you're not asking me to be all about something that
nobody is saying that you should sing about it every time.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is that we should actually give kudos to the artists that actually take our time to talk about these things once in a while, because there's a lot more at stake now. There's your voice is more sound, is more loud. It's louder now than it was for artists back then. Now, a Burna Boy at a Grammy stage, everybody is afraid of what he's going to say. So he's picking his words as carefully as possible, even though he's still trying to, show his personality and all that. Because whatever you say, you are representing almost 1 billion to 2 billion people with that voice. You're trying to say that, if I can feel this way, the masses feel the same way. So you have to actually come correct to whatever you are saying when it comes to that. You cannot just be coming out and just be jam bashing up and down, because first of all, you have endorsements on the line. You have all of these things on the line. So kudos to artists that are actually, breathing it and still talking their minds.
Yeah.
Shout
out to Fowls.
Yeah, shout out to everyone that is actually doing that.
Fowls, yes.
Yeah, because even unknowingly, there are songs that have broken out unknowingly and have turned into anthems during campaign activities. You see this Davido's Femme during NSAS, it became an anthem, and believe me, they did not sing that song for the government.
Yeah.
However, that's what I'm saying. That's what we're talking about, the power that music has. Music literally found a way to bring people to use that song as a tool to talk to the government. So I feel music activism.
Yeah, I mean, just to buttress on what you have said. Kudos to artists like Fowls. That's the name. See, because he's often released music
consistently.
That's always in the forefront of whatever activism.
Injustice and stuff. Even Rema or small, the little that Rema can do, he does. Because bro, they are trying,
It's not easy.
So, just like I said, people are not really musical activists. The standard is Fela.
Yeah.
You get? And as I said, I would understand why they are not, because Fela did not change Nigeria, even though he enlightened Nigerians. But he couldn't change Nigeria. The sole purpose of the whole activism was to make Nigeria a better place, but he did not change Nigeria. Progressively got worse from then till now.
But he was doing what other artists that
couldn't do.
Were so scared to do.
They couldn't do it.
To do.
Yes. So, as I said, if we don't have so much of the likes of Baba Fela, I can understand. You mentioned about endorsement. There's something you'd say about your own government, that would, not be cool with some multinationals.
Exactly.
You get, because they are friends with your government.
So
every young person out there
wants to be blacklisted.
You get, everybody wants to live the good life. You want to take care of your family. You don't want to be in some prison somewhere for people. And again, one thing is this: Nigerians move on too quick.
Exactly. You can be out here shouting and complaining and they will arrest you, and they don't even send you, say they arrest you. So you have to actually watch out for yourself first.
It's just a reality anyways. Nigerians move on too quick. So if we don't have the likes, I wish we did, but I can understand.
This has been a very honest episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's real.
Don't lie to yourself. We talk true. Don't lie.
All right. So shall we?
Guys, it's a wrap on this episode. Bye, guys. See you guys in the next episode.
We ended in a very sober way.